Good news! Now you can manage all your email marketing from the same place as you manage your products, your website, your blog, and everything else about your business. It's Podia! Now, if you ever found it frustrating trying to use an email marketing platform and you wondered why it couldn't be the same platform that you use to sell your products and host your website, well, pal, fret no more. Because with Podia Email, there's a seamless way for you to build beautiful looking emails, manage your list, send automated campaigns, build gorgeous landing pages without wiring up any different tools together. Thousands of people are already using Podia Email. And before I dive in here, I wanted to show you some of the wonderful ways that they're using it. Video guy, roll that montage! Well, that was great. In this video, I'm going to show you all the features included in Podia Email and how everything works. We'll walk through how to build beautiful marketing emails, great looking landing pages, email automations, and manage your audience with segments and tags and more. And I'll also tell you about how it's free for your first 100 subscribers and often better value than your existing email marketing tool when you choose a paid subscription. But first, let's just say something so obvious that it needs to be repeated over and over again. Building a business online can be hard. You get set up, you know what products you want to sell, services to offer, but finding customers can be challenging. Many people turn to social media to solve that problem and find a lot of success there until something changes. The algorithm, platform guidelines, that kind of thing. And that's why email marketing is a big part of running any business, but particularly for teams of one. Now, a healthy mailing list gives you many opportunities to sell to your audience and to foster valuable relationships with your customers. With over 150,000 people using Podia, we've seen people have phenomenal success with email. We've also seen that despite the power of email as a channel, email marketing platforms still have some, well, let's say, frustrating problems. They're hard to use, they get messy over time, and most importantly, it's a huge pain to get them to connect to the rest of your business. Instead of having everything just work, you have to relearn the product every time and fuss over how to get a new sale to trigger a new subscriber who gets added to a list, who gets a specific tag, who gets added back to your main email list, and well, look, it's an unnecessary headache. And that's why we launched Podia Email, a fully functional email marketing platform designed for online businesses run by teams of one. Podia Email adds everything that you need from an email marketing platform. It's got a visual designer, filtering, segmentation, tags, forms, automation, and everything else that you need to run your business in one place. Now, we're going to look at all of those features in a moment. But first, I just wanted to show you some of the things that people are using Podia Email to create. Like this great looking email by Studio Arc Defo. And check out the beautiful color choice on this email by Salila Sukumaran. And who could forget this great landing page for collecting emails, also built in Podia, by Brittany and Jen from Marketing Club. And here's some things that our customers are saying. Like Pedro Branco from My Options Edge, who said, Podia's email marketing has become an essential tool for my weekly newsletter. Every weekend, I create and send valuable content to my subscribers, including promotional offers and links to new content. The recent upgrade to Podia's email editor, with its increased design flexibility and attractive templates, made it easy for me to ditch my previous third-party service. Finally, Podia's email features are both powerful and user-friendly. And Aline Kieft from Wild Soul Center, who said, by having everything under one umbrella, I've been able to streamline my business and not be distracted by different platforms. The easy-to-use interface helped me to design a wonderful website, and the new email and blog features are wonderful additions to personalize that even more. Now, what features does an email platform for teams of one need? Well, when we were building Podia Email, we spent hundreds of hours talking to solo business owners and teams of one like you to work out what they needed from their email marketing. And here's what they told us. You have to be able to easily send an email that looks like your brand and looks great in your subscribers' inboxes. Well, Podia's email designer is so easy to use and already has your brand colors stored in it ready for you to use. You can choose from a pre-made template, one of your own broadcasts, or you can start from scratch because, well, it is so easy. Next, you have to be able to collect subscribers seamlessly. With Podia, the people who subscribe to your mailing list are stored in the same place as the people who buy your products, and so there's nothing to wire up. We even provide embed code for a sign-up form in case you want to collect subscribers from external websites. And you have to be able to build beautiful landing pages. Now, Podia already has an easy-to-use website builder with all your branding set up on it. You can use it to build landing pages with email sign-up forms now so that you can trigger lead magnet delivery sequences and even tag subscribers based on the page that they sign up at. Then you have to be able to trigger automations and campaigns. Well, speaking of automation, Podia email has it baked in. You want to send a new subscriber a welcome campaign? Easy. You need to nurture people who downloaded a lead magnet to buy your premium products? That's simple with Podia email. You want to send an offer to a person who clicks a specific link in your email? No sweat. You have to be able to manage your audience easily with tags and segments. Well, managing your audience is a snip in Podia email too. You can tag your audience manually if you want. You can filter by products bought, subscriber activity, or anything else that happens in your Podia account. Plus, you can build and save custom segments if you need something specific. Your setup is your choice. Now, if you're ready, what do you say we dive in and check it all out? Let's go. Now, you can send a broadcast on Podia email. That's a one-off email that you're going to send out manually. Or you can do a campaign, which is a series of emails, like a drip-fed thing. Those are triggered by things that happen in your account. Now, if that sounds confusing, don't worry. We'll go into it in a minute. But first, let's click Send Broadcast. When you first look at the Send Broadcast page, which you can also access, by the way, in future by clicking Email in your tab bar and clicking Broadcasts, you'll be asked for a couple of things. First thing is the name of the email. So that's something that you will use internally to remember what email you've sent. Then you'll have a subject. That's the thing that will appear in your subscribers' inbox when they receive this email. Then a preview text, which is displayed below the subject line in some people's inboxes in a kind of a preview, just a quick snappy thing to explain what's in it so they know what to open. You can either send from the default Podia email address, which is this, or you can set up a custom email address. Now there's some steps that you'll need to go through for that, but it is very easy. And if you get confused, there is a Learn More button right here. You can also change the actual name that you're sending from. For the purposes of this demo, I've set up a company called Remote Reno, which is about renovating your home office so that you look great on camera. And all of our things are going to be themed on that. So that's going to be from Remote Reno. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can build filters and segment in Podia email. First of all, you've got everyone on your account. Hopefully that's pretty straightforward. The next up, you've got subscribers. So these are people who've subscribed to your content. Right, in my account, I've got 15. But let's say I wanted to filter those. And I wanted to filter them by, for example, people who've bought a specific product. So I can say has products. I want a specific product. And the product that I want is the 2024 paint swatch cheat sheet. And if I want to say signed up at any time, which I think I do, that's great. But otherwise, I could say signed up less than, say, 3 days ago. I can do that. But let me do signed up anytime for now. I'll click apply. And you can see that the subscriber count there that this will go to has actually changed. Now I can preview those people if I want to. Now let's say I want to send these 3 people an email. There are a couple of options here. I can start with a blank template, or I can use a pre-made template. Some of these are really nice. You can preview them. Like, for example, if I click preview here, looks pretty sweet. And if I want to, I can apply that one. But let's go back to show you how to build one. If you've already sent an email, obviously we haven't right now, but if you do, and you want to use that as a template for yourself, it'll also be shown here in this previous emails tab. So you can start using that as the design for your next email, which would be great. But let's click apply on this blank one. Okay, so we've got a blank email here. Let's get to writing. So I'll add a name, a subject. I'll add some preview text as well. Just give me a second while I magic that in. And as if by magic, here you go. Done. So that's easy to do. I can change that as well. I can go wild. But now let's think about how we actually design this thing. We've segmented. We've built a quick little segment. There's only 3 people, but hey, every penny counts, right? Or every dime counts, I guess, depending on where you are in the world. And then we can start designing. Now, in Podia email, all of your emails are built in these little blocks. So you can create one above, you can create one below, you can drag them around, and you can use these section types. So we've got text, which is text, gap, which is if you want to just add a little bit of padding, divider, which is if you want to add a straight line just to kind of give some visual design, images, videos, buttons, social links. You can add files directly in there. You can feature, which is a kind of a product that you might want to show off. You can add the image, you can add some text by the side, and you can also add columns as well. But let's just do something pretty simple first of all. I'm going to add in all of the text from an email that I wrote earlier. Now, this email is pretty basic, right? It looks pretty basic, doesn't look particularly attractive. And also, no one wants to receive an email that says, hi, name. So let's go ahead, we'll highlight that, and we'll do insert personalization, and let's say first name, okay? So great. Now, let's say I wanted to break this up. And let's say that I wanted to have this section in something that just looks slightly different. Let's say create above, and we'll do a new text section, and I will paste that back in. And let's say I want to go all the way down to the bottom here, and I want to do the same thing for the final bit. Let's say I want to add a new text. I'm going to paste that in right there. Okay, now why are we doing that? Well, the great news is each one of these sections can have its own design. And because I have already used Podia's website builder to design my website, it already has my brand colors added in here. So here is my website, right? Looks good. Nice one, Remote Reno. So let's say I wanted to choose a section color like this one. Well, I could do that because it's already there in my site colors. But let's put it back to the standard one for now, because I think that what I might like to do is to change all of the colors on this email. So I'm going to click the background color here, and I'm going to click general. I'm going to change this background color to that nice color, or shall I use a darker one? No, let's use this lighter one for now. Now that already looks a lot better. And I can also do this. I can change all of the sections to a default of this background. Now you'll notice that because I already chose white for this section, it hasn't been overridden. And so look, this already looks pretty nice compared to the blank email that we had. But let's add some personality. So I'll click here and I'll click on the header. I'll click site logo instead. So now I've got my site logo, and I can make that smaller. I can make it bigger. In fact, that doesn't look amazing. So if I wanted to, I could choose this, for example, and I could make that my site header. Now that looks a lot better. I can center it, which already looks pretty cool. I can make the gap a little bit smaller. And there you go. I can change the link color because I need to be able to see this view and browser thing really to make it nice and easy for people. I'm going to delete this. And instead, I'm going to add an image. Now I can upload images, sure, or I can do a quick search on Unsplash. Let's choose office. Let's choose a nice like home office, maybe. If you've got a very fancy home, that might be your office. But let's just choose something like that. That looks pretty lovely. And that is in my email now. I can add alt text, I can link it to something, I can change the corners. Let's say I wanted to change that to a curvy image and make it smaller. I can change the padding. I can even change the color of this section if, for example, I wanted to make it really stand out. But those colors go quite badly together because I've chosen clashing colors. Now, let's say, though, that I wanted to go back to this and change the color. So I can change that back to this nice color. I can change the text on this to a darker color, say, for example, this, and that looks pretty sweet. Or I can go and I can change that to the default. And let's make this section pop a little bit. So we'll do background, and we will choose this. Okay. Now, that email looks pretty sweet. If that landed in my inbox, I'd be reading it. But let's say I wanted to add a different section. I could click and I could add a video. And it just so happens that I've got one here for you. So I can click that. I can type in the URL, just the URL, no embed code necessary. And there you go, it's in my email. I can change the play button. I can make it a rounded rectangle. I can even change the color of that. So let's say I want to put that orange back on there. I can change the label. So I could do a lighter orange, and that would still be in my site colors. Now, I think that there is space here to maybe do a little bit of padding. So if I wanted to, I could add in some padding. I could do horizontal padding. I could do vertical padding. That looks a lot nicer, right? I think this is all looking pretty good now. And the cool thing is here, I can really make that my own. I don't have to stick with this one template. I can use this template for this email and a different template for a different kind of email. Your setup is your choice. So that is the broadcast designer. But what if I want to build a landing page in Podia? Is that possible? Yeah, it is. And it's a key part of the product. And in this next section, I'm going to show you how to build a landing page where you can collect emails and you can get people to sign up for your mailing list. They'll be sent directly to Podia email. You can use that to trigger automations. You can use it for all sorts of things. So let's take a look at that in the website builder now. Here's the website builder of Podia. It's very easy to use. And if you've been using Podia for a little while, you probably already used it. But let's say I want to create a form that I will use to collect new signups to my mailing list. Let's click New Page. And I'm presented with this, right? Now I've already set up a little bit of my branding, so I know what's good. Let's replace this section with a sign up form. We'll click Remove. And we'll add that right in here. So we want to do a landing page here. So the first thing that we're going to want is we're going to want an email form. Right? Now, when you do this, you can do all sorts of different things. For example, I can change the design so that I have a piece of media on the right-hand side and in the middle. That will mean that my form over here will actually stack when I add a picture. In fact, why don't we just add that picture right now? Search images, home office. So if I've got one already that I want to use, then great. But otherwise, I can just choose one here. That's from Unsplash. Looks pretty good. Now I want to set up this landing page so that it feels like people are signing up for a 5-part campaign with tips on how to improve their home office setup so that they look great online. So what do? Well, I can change the content. Let me say, add a title, go from Zoom prisoner to I love your office in 5 days. And there is a quick description of what people will get. Now that looks a little bit squiff. So let's click design. We're going to left align that so that it looks a little bit more like the kind of effect we're going for, right? That's looking pretty good. Now, if I want to, I can hide the header on my page. A lot of people like doing this with landing pages. So I'm going to click this up here and I'm going to click page settings on the page that I'm looking at. Now I'll click show header. Now, if I wanted to, I could add a little bit more spacing here, right? So let's go back to design and I can add in a little bit of vertical padding. So there you go. So that is more like the kind of the centered landing page that you're maybe thinking of when you think of landing page. It's looking pretty good. Now, how is this all going to work? How are we going to end up getting people from this page into Podia email so that we can fire off this campaign to them. We're going to build a campaign in a moment, but let's just quickly show you this. Now, in my content section of that email form, I am able to do a couple of things. Firstly, I can change the actual text. I can also change the subtext. I can set a different page, so I can redirect them to a page or a URL. For example, if I wanted to embed a video welcoming people to my 5-day email course, or making them an offer of something that they might want to buy from me, say those color swatches that I showed you earlier, I could do that there. Now, the other thing that I can do is I can add a subscriber tag. So I could say 5-day email drip. Now, anyone who fills out this form will get tagged with the 5-day email drip tag. Now, you can have as many tags as you want. You can organize them in any way that you want. Do whatever you want, whatever works for you. But this, whenever somebody signs up for this now, they will be tagged with that. And what are we going to do with that tag? And by the way, doesn't this look good? Let's click publish. We'll view site. Poof. Look at that landing page. Get ready for some emails. But back to this. What are we going to do with this tag? When we originally looked at email in this demo, we looked at the broadcasts, but we can also send a campaign, which is a collection of emails that get triggered and sent in sequence when something happens to your subscriber, which we'll look at now by clicking New Campaign. When you load this page, you'll see a couple of different options. So we'll give it a name. 5-day office reno sequence is my example. That is just for my eyes only, okay? Then I can choose the from, exactly like broadcasts, only this time there's also an entrance condition. Now I can use all sorts of different conditions. For example, I can click add to audience, that's the general audience. I can do exits another campaign if I've already got one set up. If I want to have a follow-up campaign, like for example, an evergreen content funnel. If somebody joins my community, if they sign up for a specific product or specific products, or in our case, if they're tagged with something. Now let's click tagged with, and we can choose that tag, which we created from our email form on the website builder. So let's click 5-day email drip. And what do you know? 4 people have already subscribed and have been tagged with that. Podia's website builder is incredibly effective. You know, that happened right before your eyes. Don't question it. So I can see those people. That's great. Now I can either choose to enter people who meet those conditions already. If, for example, I want to set up this thing and then, trigger it directly, or if I don't want people who've already met these conditions, for example, if I'm creating a new subscriber sequence, I don't want all of my old subscribers to receive that. And then in that case, I could just remove it. But for now, let's just do this. And I can also set up exit conditions. Now, what would you use that for? Let's say I want that 5-day email drip to go to people. And the goal of that is to get them to buy a product for me. Well, I can say I don't want them to receive these emails anymore once they've signed up for that. So I can click choose option and I can click apply. So that's the segmentation on Podia's campaign builder. You can then add in emails. So click new email. Because remember, we want people to receive these emails, don't we? So if I clicked apply, I can see my previous email because I already built it. So let's click apply here. And this will be sent on day 1, right? So this will be the number of days after entering the campaign that people should receive the emails. If you want it to send immediately, as soon as somebody fills out that form, just set it to 0. I can set the subject and the preview text. So let me go ahead and set up my campaign here now. Once I'm done setting up my email, I can click new email. And then I get the second email in the sequence. If I wanted to, I could increase or decrease the number of days, but this is going to be sent on day 2. So that's going to work for me. Once I've done all of that though, I can click done and say finish later. And now you can see that all of my campaign emails are in here in order, and I can look at them. I can send tests if I want to, and I'm ready to click run. and I'll get a notification explaining exactly what will happen. Now, there are 4 subscribers that meet these conditions, and my campaign will send 5 emails over 5 days, and I'll click Run Campaign. And that is as simple as it gets, okay? This would be very easy for me to build a funnel and make the offer on day 5 of buying the product that I want them to. And that's really campaigns in action on Podia email. It's simple to build an automated sales funnel, welcome sequence, upsell, post-event feedback loop, anything that you can think of that you might want to send a series of automated emails, you can do it on Podia email. You can build each email to look different. You can offer different products in them. It is a wonderful system. And now, look, sometimes you're not going to want to use Podia's website builder. I mean, look, frankly, I can't imagine why that would be, but maybe you're that kind of person. No judgment. So what do? How do you get the emails that you're collecting on that site simple? If you click into your account settings, you can click Settings, and then you'll land on General. So you just go to Email, and then you click Embedded Email Form. And you can then grab an embedded email form. You can tag those subscribers automatically. You can also do the same thing that you did in Website Builder earlier, send those people to a different page or a different URL. So if that's an external URL, that's fine. Or you can send them to a page on your Podia site, right? Then you can also grab the embed code and you can just paste that into your existing website or anywhere really on the internet where you want to use a Podia form to collect responses to your email sign up. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a fully functional email marketing platform built into a product that you already use, you already love. What more could you want? All right, let's go back up here. And that is Podia email in action. Now I know what you're thinking. This looks good, but what does it cost? At least I hope that's what you're thinking. And pal, the answer is not much. Podia email is free to use for up to 100 subscribers. And so if you're building an email list for the first time, this is a great option. You can do welcome sequences, campaigns, sales funnels, use templates, lead magnets, send a regular newsletter, and it is all absolutely free. And don't forget this, with Podia's free plan, you can also build your website, get your blog, sell 1 download product, 1 coaching session, as well as draft your course and webinar until you're ready to publish them. And boy, am I out of breath after saying all of that. That is incredible value for a person wanting to start their online business. Now, once you've got over 100 subscribers, Podia email is priced extremely competitively compared to all the other platforms out there. For example, up to 500 subscribers cost just $7 per month. That works out at $84 per year. Email plans are based on the number of subscribers you have, and you can get a price for your subscriber count on our pricing page. But if you've already got an email marketing platform, like MailChimp, ConvertKit, or ActiveCampaign, there's a very good chance that you'll be able to save a significant amount by switching to Podia email. Pricing of software products like the ones that I just mentioned changes regularly. But I've personally helped a lot of our customers switch from other email marketing platforms. And to show you how good the value is, here are some illustrative examples from the time of recording of how much money they saved. We had one customer move a large list, 50,000 subscribers, from MailChimp to Podia, and they saved the equivalent of a return business class flight between London and New York in the middle of July, traveling in style. Or another person with a 1.5K list on ActiveCampaign who saved the equivalent of a brand new Apple Watch. And by the way, he can replace it every year with the savings too. And a ConvertKit user who did the ditch and switch to Podia email, thank you very much, and could buy herself an extra 66.5 flat whites and also got 2K extra subscribers for the same price every year. So now she's wired and able to email. And you know what else? If that sounds like something that you want to benefit from, when you choose any paid Podia email plan, we are happy to be able to offer a free migration to move your stuff from your current email provider to Podia Email. And that means that you can do away with the headache and heartache of moving your email marketing setup and just leave it to us. Simple. So that's it for today. Anyone can start a mailing list on Podia for free. You get all the features that you would expect from an email marketing platform: a visual designer, landing pages, filtering, segmentation, tags, forms, automation, and you also get all of the other tools that you need to run your business because they're included, such as an easy-to-use website builder, a checkout to sell your digital products, and a free blog too. As you grow, paid plans are available, and they tend to work out to be better value than other email marketing platforms like ConvertKit, MailChimp, and ActiveCampaign. Now, if you already have an email marketing platform, we can offer you a free migration where our team will move all of your stuff to Podia Email with no hassle. So whether you're already a Podia customer or you use other products, now is the time to build your email list and do it on Podia. And as ever, I can't wait to see what you'll build next.